My 4-year-old told Grandma, "Mommy's friend sleeps in Daddy's bed when he travels." The words came out of little Jake's mouth so casually during Sunday dinner, but they hit the table like a bomb. My mother-in-law's fork froze halfway to her mouth, and my wife Sarah went completely pale. I was cutting Jake's chicken when he said it, not really paying attention until I noticed the sudden silence. Then Jake continued, completely unaware of the chaos he'd just created. Uncle Marcus brings movies and they watch them in the big bed. Mommy says it's our special secret. My hands started shaking as I processed what my son had just revealed. Marcus was Sarah's best friend from college, the guy she always said was like a brother to her. The same Marcus who'd been so supportive when I got promoted to a job requiring frequent travel. The same one who offered to help with Jake when I was away. Sarah jumped up from the table, trying to laugh it off. Kids say the silliest things. Jake, you know Uncle Marcus sleeps in the guest room when Daddy's away. But Jake shook his head confidently. No, Mommy, I saw him in your bed. You were both sleeping and I couldn't wake you up for breakfast. My mother-in-law, Linda, set down her fork and looked directly at Sarah. How often does Marcus stay over when Tom's traveling? The question hung in the air like poison. Sarah stammered about needing help with Jake and how Marcus was just being a good friend. That night, after we got home, I sat Jake down for a gentle conversation. Kids don't lie at 4. They just report what they see. Jake told me that Uncle Marcus had been sleeping in Mommy and Daddy's bed lots of times when I was gone. He'd bring flowers, cook dinner, and they'd watch grown-up movies after Jake went to bed. The worst part was learning that Sarah had coached Jake about keeping secrets. Mommy said Uncle Marcus visits are special surprises for Daddy, and we shouldn't talk about them because it might ruin the surprise. My 4-year-old had been carrying the weight of his mother's affair without even understanding what it meant. I confronted Sarah the next morning after Jake left for preschool. She broke down immediately and confessed everything. The affair had been going on for 8 months, starting shortly after I began traveling for work twice a month. Marcus had been there every single time I was away. The betrayal cut deeper than just the cheating. She'd used our son as an unwitting accomplice, making him keep secrets and normalize seeing another man in his father's bed. Jake had been confused about why Uncle Marcus was always there when Daddy was gone, but disappeared before Daddy came home. Sarah begged for forgiveness, claiming it meant nothing and she'd end it immediately, but the damage was done. She'd not only betrayed our marriage, she'd involved our innocent child in her deception. Jake had been living in a world of secrets and lies that he was too young to understand. I moved out that week and filed for divorce. During the custody evaluation, Jake's innocent comments about the living arrangements became crucial evidence. The court appointed a child psychologist who confirmed that Jake had been inappropriately exposed to adult situations and coached to keep harmful secrets. The most heartbreaking moment came when Jake asked me why Uncle Marcus didn't come to the house anymore. I had to explain, in age-appropriate terms, that sometimes grown-ups make mistakes that hurt families, and that's why Mommy and Daddy couldn't live together anymore. Marcus disappeared from their lives completely once everything came out. Apparently, he was only interested in the thrill of the secret affair, not the reality of a broken marriage and confused child. Sarah was left to deal with the consequences of their choices alone. I got primary custody of Jake, with Sarah having supervised visitation until the family counselor determined that Jake understood appropriate boundaries about family secrets. Sarah had to complete parenting classes focused on rebuilding trust and creating healthy communication with children. 2 years later, Jake is thriving in our new normal. He's learned that families should never have secrets that make people feel confused or scared, and that it's always okay to tell the truth about what he sees and experiences. His innocence saved us both from years more of lies. Sarah and I co-parent civilly now, but our marriage was destroyed by her choices and the way she involved our child in her deception. Jake's honest observation at Grandma's dinner table revealed a truth that needed to come out, even though it shattered our family in the process.